Alright, what is up everybody? Back today with another video on the channel, and we've got another unboxing and review for you today. Initial thoughts, I should say. So, this is my first full-on Reate knife. I have had a ton of knives produced by Reate. That's one right there, just as an example. But this knife, it's been insanely popular since it's came out, but I feel like there's been a couple more drops recently, so it's gaining even more popularity as more people get it. This is one I had the opportunity to buy a couple times, like the Smoky Mountain Knife Works fat carbon versions. I could have got one, wasn't sold on it at the time, kind of wish I did, but I'm still very happy with this one. So on these recent drops, there was a lot of burlap micarta, and I did like the look of those, but I missed out on those. Ended up selling a knife. I sold my Peña Mula, the Damasteel one, and picked this up. So let's see what we got here. This has an ironwood inlay, which I'm not big on wood inlays, but I actually ended up really liking this one. Bead Blast, LMAX, the double-edged version, and this is a Crane's Cutlery exclusive. Shout out to Crane's Cutlery. They send you this cool patch, and they also sent me this nice microfiber, which I actually got one before. Very nice. So let's get in and go over what you get here. They have changed the packaging on these a little bit. On the older ones, it was like 4 different little boxes, but this one, you get this pouch, you get a Reate patch, a Reate sticker, and then there is the knife. Let's look at the pouch very quickly. And in the pouch, there is a secondary pouch. So this is the nice leather sheath these newer ones come with. It has a belt loop on the back. If this had a pocket clip back here, it would be absolutely perfect. But let's see what else we get. Guess that's a little Reate cloth. So let's get into the knife here. Let me fix my lighting just a little bit. Should have done that first, huh? So first off, let's see. I have carried it in this pouch a little bit earlier today. I came home and got it on lunch. Very nice. Sorry about that. But feels like a real leather pouch. Very nice. So here is the blade. Check out this ironwood. Actually very, very good looking, especially with this darker bead blasted titanium. I think this is actually looks very nice. I was kind of skeptical at first. I got one because I wanted to, have one. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like the wood, but it got here and I really, really dig it. It's nice and dark, and just the overall look, very cool. So let's take it for a test drive. And I got the bayonet slash double edge. Very cool. Kind of a different grind. You see it curves up a lot at the tip, but the angle's different on the back side. Something a little different there. Now this is a large knife overall. But yeah, now when you do have it locked out, you give it some pressure here. There's a little bit of rattle, but honestly, this isn't really a hard use folder, to be honest. But no, it's not. It's more of a toy than anything, and it's really cool, and it's a cool toy. These versions are 303. Normally these are around 280. But I guess the ironwood steps it up a little bit. Let's look at some engraving in here. Exoskeleton Design, serial number 89, July 2022. So as of today, August 15th, there's a couple of these left on Crane's Cutlery. That's pretty much the last ones, where Crane's is a little bit of a smaller site. They've got some of these left. They were almost out, and I guess they got a little restock there, or they fudged their numbers to make you buy it. Either way, you know how they'll say like 3 left in stock, like, oh, there's only 3 left, I better buy one. And then the next day I checked and there's 12. I'm like, interesting. But no, I'm sure they just restocked. But the construction of this is very solid. It feels good in the hand. You get some jimping on your bottom side here. And you got your pivot down on the bottom side. Now there's nothing that holds this. It moves freely. And I mean, you can do that. And I've been playing with it some. I can't really show on camera, but you can pull it out and throw it out. Closing it's very easy, and it's just very addicting. It is kind of loud, so people around will definitely know you're fidgeting with it, but it's so satisfying. And I'm a fidgeter, that's my thing, and I think me and this knife are going to get along quite nice. Another cool thing about this knife, it's pretty much completely ambidextrous, as there is no clip or anything, and it's uniform all the way around. So left-handed works just as good as right-handed. So as a lefty, I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, it's Reate, guys, so great quality. Now I was playing with it when you get it out. There's really no side-to-side play. You can't fail that. In the bottom here, there's kind of your pivot bushing, if you will. And you can completely disassemble this. You can take your screw out there, and you take those two screws out, and you can pull the blade completely out for sharpening or whatever you wanted to, honestly. If you're like me and you just like to take things apart. But when you squeeze this tight, there's a little bit of blade rattle, but it doesn't really bother me. As I said, it is a gravity knife. There's no springs, no nothing. Just nice and simple and very cool. Let's check how sharp it is. I have a feeling it should be pretty sharp. Most Reate knives are that I've had, Reate produced knives. Oh yeah, nice and slicey on this big blade here. Let's flip it. It's the back side. That was weird. Let's see. Oh yeah. So it's, I think I'm hitting the, yeah, I was hitting the bayonet part. Whoops. Just me being a dummy here. So the back side seems to not be as sharp. But that's not meant to be your primary cutting edge, so that's just fine. Still sharp enough, it'll still cut paper in the right spot. With the bayonet grind, you do get a little bit of a thumb spot there. Just be careful. If you slip off, you will cut yourself. Now, let's get back to this leather sheath. It has a nice Reate logo. Like I said, I carried it for a few hours earlier, in and out a couple times, and it's already kind of conforming out here. Carries really well, super tight in there. Yeah, and this is just super fun, guys. If you're on the fence, I would definitely recommend one. All sorts of ways to deploy and play with it. And like I said, super fidgety, and just a really cool design by Reate. This one, I feel like, kind of got a lot of people on Reate. It was so different. But Reate really does. They OEM so many knives for different designers. It's kind of crazy. The amount of knives they put out. They have to have an army of slave labor going on over there. Absolute ton. But no, they really do good work. Again, this is LMAX blade steel. I have had LMAX before. I had a Urban EDC F5.5 in LMAX. So yeah, LMAX very similar to M390 and 204P. So very solid blade steel and a very solid knife. This thing's just incredibly cool. As I said, I really love these ironwood inlays. So yeah, go to Crane's Cutlery, check them out. I'm not sponsored, I'm just a small channel. Side note, guys, almost at 200 subscribers. So that's awesome. You know, just a really small channel still, but in the knife world, you know, some of our most popular channels have 10,000 followers. Now, the really big ones have 100 and something thousand, like Metal Complex, and there's Neves Knives, kind of came out of nowhere. But, you know, like Bearded Gear, Lafety EDC, you know, just all those different guys, Zach stuff, you know, there's a lot of them. But I really appreciate you guys following for my content here. I'm looking to step up my video making a little bit. I've got some new phone mounts and lighting on the way. So hopefully I'll take these videos to a little better level. You know, I kind of just do this as a hobby, and you know, I'm starting to get a few people to watch. So, you know, wouldn't hurt to step it up a little bit. But just want to say I appreciate you guys. Please feel free to like the video or subscribe if you like knives and want to see more knife content. I post normally once or twice a week, always getting new stuff in. And yeah, I'm just an avid knife lover, and I love checking out knives. Thinking about doing some more gun videos. I did some in near the beginning of my channel, but just with all the YouTube be hating, you know, on the gun videos. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here and keep playing with this knife. I appreciate you guys watching, and hope you have a great day.